This vise has been trammed into the mill. Picking up where we left off, I'm going to shoot the holes in here. On the y-axis, I'm going to space them the same as the first holes we did. As far as the X, I'm going to try to line it up with the transfer screw marks. So you go in half the diameter of that edge finder. So I'm on edge now, and I'm going to clear it. To write this down, Y period enter to clear. Don't really care about the X-axis. Bridgeport has this handy dandy thing to release the straw bar. I don't have a drill chuck yet, but I got a really good collet set. So I just stick everything in collet. Probably a better way to do this, but I just chucked up a pointer in the quill. Need to go in 750 thousandths here. To make it match the front holes. Let's see if I can get this X to match up. Apparently chips dull the bits quickly. I'm going to put this back on the tractor and see if these bolts go in. I used some die chem so we get a print for our transfer screw on our next hole, assuming this works. I wonder if I put them in staggered, like have this one slightly recessed over this one, I get both prints at once. Maybe something like that. Let's go for some prints here. I got a really good print on both of them, and you'd think they'd put them in the center, but nope. They're both equidistant to the top, but not in the center. Everything's chamfered. I'm gonna see if it fits in the tractor completely. I'm gonna take this piece off now and see if I can put it on the other side with this being the inside face. I'm gonna use this as a template for the other one, except for these two holes. And for these two, it'll go back to a transfer screw. So I got my two pieces mated up here. I put some clamps together so they'd stay in the same position. And this is a 5/8 inch transfer punch. Instead of using all the die chem scribing lines, I'm just gonna use this. So I kind of know where my positions are. With this mill, I was getting so much tooling, I had to get a bigger toolbox. Probably gonna replace this section here yet. These Huskies are kind of cheap boxes, but they're affordable. I'm working on a second plate here, and a couple of these holes are just a little bit off. So this one I ran a reamer through. But this next one I think I'm gonna actually run a drill bit through. So I'm using a coax indicator here to try to find center. I got this thing down under 100 RPM in back gear. So let's see what we got here. Screw around with the X and Y. Somewhere right in there, I think. I can't imagine having a Bridgeport with a manual Z-axis. Table all the way to the right to get in these drawers. And I've already misplaced my single point counter boring tools. Alright, got it to run in there good, and I'm just looking at this hole opening there. If I could do this again, I might have done this with a wider plate. I'm comparing this to the other side. That looks about the same. So I'm going to take these front bolts off both sides now, and then refit the loader, and then try and nail the width on this. I'm close, but I think I gotta grind a little bit more off that front plate. Before I do anything, I'm going to elongate these holes by like 100 thousandths. I want to move this loader forward a minimum to keep the center of gravity towards the rear as much as possible. I'm going to cut these inside welds too, so I'll be able to cut the outside welds and get this front piece off. I got it on there now. It is far forward enough where it's not touching this front piece anymore. But you can see my width is off. So I'm going to cut these outside welds off now and then grind on this piece to try to get that width perfect. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get these pieces lined up really good and then transfer these 4 holes from this piece to this piece. Same with the other side. That way I can have this piece cinched up when I fit it. Get a real nice fit. I just put some C-clamps on there and throw some marks on this so I can take these pieces off and then line it up in the shop to transfer the marks. I got this piece perfectly lined up. A little die cam in there. And I'm going to try to transfer these holes the best I can. I wish I had a bigger transfer punch. I don't. I'm just going to stick it in there kind of where I think it needs to go. Both of these I think I'm going to end up filling in with weld. I'll have to shoot another hole when I can locate it. I vise down here to clear this thing. My first hole is right about there. Can't believe it. It actually fit on there with no grinding. I was considering tapping 4 holes in this piece of 3/4 inch plate and having like a 4-pack of screws connecting the 2 plates. Considering there's 8 bolts, so I really don't think it's necessary. I can also get a measurement now for the final piece of metal I need to stick in here as a filler. So it's going to be a separate piece, probably just like a block of steel with 2 holes in it. So I can crank this down good and tight. Well, this side went on there too with no grinding. But I notice my marks are like 1/8 off. So I'm going to elongate probably these front 4 by like 1/8 of an inch towards the back of the plate. I was sticking a bolt through here and it's like, you know, half a bolt width off. It's too bad that that don't fit in there. I'm going to weld up this massive hole I made in the front. I got a piece of copper gripped on behind it to try to make this less of a mess than what it has to be. After I'm done with this one, I'll flip it over and hit that bottom hole. Big Nurgle right there. And just like that, the giant hole I made is gone. I'm going to repeat that on all 4 of them holes. Weld down flat too, just so it lays flat on my spacer plate. I'm going to slot this piece now. I think I'm just going to go like 150 thousandths that way. Just going to plunge it in there and give her. Then I'll just maybe open it up a hair top and bottom. Printing all these charts to try to figure out what speed I'm supposed to do this at. I think I'm going to try this at like 500 RPM. Once I touch off, I'm going to zero my DRO and then do 150 that way. Here's my amateur slots. We'll fit this piece up now and see what happens. All my marks are lined up now. I'm going to make a spacer for this. I got about 2 3/8 from here to here. Here's the metal I'm going to use. Some more 1018. They didn't have 2 3/8, but they had 2 1/4. And then I had them cut an 1/8 inch plate like this. And I think it's gonna be a pretty good fit. Yeah, these bolt holes seem to be 5/8 11 thread. And then the other half of the stuff in this tractor is metric. It's like an early 80s. So it's kind of like a car. I was gonna punch some holes with these transfer screws, but this looks pretty close to 7 1/4. I'm gonna drill the holes in these spacers oversized at 11/16. So I think it's going to be fine. I can just use the mill DRO to locate these holes. I wish the center line was in the center of this plate. It's not. It's slightly lower. But that'll clear this bracket for this core support. These holes are going the opposite direction. And this is about 850. So these pieces will be directional, I guess you could say. I moved the vise back to the center. Underneath this vise it has what's called sign keys. They're like keys that go in these slots, and it keeps this vise square with the table. I got a dial indicator on the spindle there. Here's my math, my layout. Let's see if I can learn from my mistakes here. Line down to enter. Okay, now I'm gonna go in 100. Right there. So I'm right on the edge. I'm gonna clear it again now. Piece is 2 1/4 inches wide, so I go 1/125 in. That looks to be about center. I'll lock this y-axis right now. Seems to be right on the money. I'm going to shoot that hole. This is probably the thickest piece of metal I ever drilled through in my life. So I know this hole's at 689. I'm going to zero this X again. And I'm going to go over 7,250. That one's pretty much lining up too. Send it. I think my pilot hole's bigger than the tip of this. This is a Norwal bit. 11/16. I'm going to see if I can get it through there. I got it in back gear. I'm going to try to do this at like 450 RPM. Here for you guys, see if this bit can take another one. I think it will. We did it. Let's check the fit on this bad boy. 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 piece. Fit perfectly first try. I may add like a 1/2 inch tab and catch this hole too. I don't know. I did order a chamfer tool to break all these edges. Didn't get it yet though, and I think I'm gonna do that in springtime when I paint this tractor. Because I gotta get this loader on here. I got other stuff I gotta work on, and this deal is in the way. Both my spacers are made, and like the stem plate. I got some softer bolts here. I'm gonna cut the heads off, and I'm gonna make some transfer screws to get this whole location on these here side plates. I'd say between the metal on this project and I got all grade 8 hardware and washers and whatnot, I probably got about 350 bucks in this. We're in the South Bend 9 lathe now. This bolt's threaded, so I'm going to hold it with a ER32 collet. We'll face the end off, and I'll see if I can get a point on it with the compound. Here's the compound. I'm thinking something like this, except this will be back there. Match set. Let's make some marks. There they are installed. Put my shim or whatever in there. I'm just sticking past this face. I'm gonna say I did get a print right there and then right there. All the bolts line up good enough to start. So you can get the block in there. All went together. My marks are lined up and everything. I'm gonna put those transfer bolts on the other side now and then repeat this process to get the other piece up to this point. All right, this side is fit. Our gaps are very even. So I'm gonna mock this up where I think it goes on here, tack it on, and then we're gonna have to take it off and see if it actually fits on the loader. And then if it doesn't, just make adjustments and keep taking stabs at it till we get it perfect. I think I'm gonna have to take a little material off this piece to get this all to fit perfectly. A lot of daylight once again. I got the piece tacked on there. I fully expect to have to cut it off and redo it to make it fit the loader perfectly. But I'm hoping by tacking it I can transfer the width to the loader and get that correct. The next day I got it in the loader here. And this would work the way it is, except this tube is like maybe 1/16 or an 1/8 too far back. My fits don't look very good in front here either. I'm just going to cut this side apart and then make this tube fit better. Like this tube fits perfectly. I'm just going to go for it and weld the whole inside seam, primer it, and pray that it fits on the tractor. While it's on there, after all that, I got like a 1/16 of an inch here. I got other stuff I gotta do. I think I'm just gonna, and that's after touching the die grinder to it. I'm gonna just grind these holes out a little bit more, I think in springtime. Bring it out like another 1/16. And then that's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna drop it down and take this front piece off so I can finish the body work on it. And I'll just leave this off probably for the rest of winter. We'll get the loader on it. The loader's back on there. Let me tell you, it's no fun putting one of those on an incline with no parking brakes. In fact, the brakes are something I need to go through on this tractor. I think that's gonna be it for now. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.